Alright, good morning to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. Wednesday morning. Should be the final job interview today. Gotta get back to work. Really, I gotta. So, anyway, yep, Wednesday. That's gonna make it Williams Wednesday. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump right in, kinda. I've got the vintage Williams in the scuttle, and I'm actually using it to soak the brush today. You know, you put the hot water in the bottom and let the brush soak. I believe that's the way it was meant to be, because you know at one time they didn't have running water in the houses and stuff, and that's how you did your shave. But anyway, it doesn't do anything to heat the soak cape on top. It just absolutely drives me bonkers, you know, when people start saying it's going to heat the soak puck. Not that kind of scuttle, sorry. Doesn't work that way. Nope, not how it's going to work. Not going to do it. So I did the video the other day, and I had the Dollar Tree cream, and I got to thinking, or no, I didn't get to thinking. I'm not going to take credit for it. One of the comments stated that, no, if you think about it, it's a 50-cent cream because you got a tube of each. So I found the aftershave cream. I couldn't find it when I did the shave with the shave cream the other day. I couldn't find that, but I did find the aftershave. I knew I had it. I knew it hadn't gone far. It was around somewhere. So anyway, we're going to try that out today. It is still 26, 27 degrees outside. It's going to warm up and rain this afternoon. At least that'll melt the rest of the ice off of everything, right? And I think it's going to stay out of freezing temperatures down here for a while. Now, north of us, you're going to get some nastier stuff from what I've been reading. But anyway, that's going to get us out of the cold. As long as they got the bridge open today. So the other day, somebody had mentioned a hussy shave or whatever. I didn't dig the hussy out, but just so happened on the counter, I had the H2. This was called the Deb. Now, I don't know if that's meant to be the debutante or what, but anyway, the Deb is what it was called. It's the H2. And it's one of those little razors that was marketed for the women. And trust me, that doesn't mean it's bad for the guys. I've said this before, I think these shave as good with a single blade as the hussy does with a twin blade. And I've shaved with the hussy with a twin blade. I know what I'm talking about. I think these are better, personally. Now the hussy is a great razor, and I do have one around here. I've given a couple of those away that I picked up. I do have a couple around. I think I got 2 left. I know I got 1 left. But anyway, I didn't dig it up. But I did have this one. And somewhere I've got a red one of these. But, you know, right this second, again, I don't know where that is. So anyway, took Miss Luna out to walk this morning, and everything was really nice. Now, I did notice something since it's been frozen. Apparently, there are a bunch of people, more than one from the looks of it, more than 2 or 3 from the looks of it, they go out and they walk the dogs and they don't pick up after the dogs. And that leaves a mess. I got a nasty little letter on the door the other day, well, we all did, from the apartment complex, and talking about the amount of dog waste, and if it kept up, they were just going to make the dogs go away. And if you didn't like it, they're going to make you go away. And I'm sitting there thinking, I pick up after Luna. Now, I will admit that every once in a while I've gotten out to take her for a walk and need to stick a bag in my pocket. I bring her home, I get a bag, and I go back and I clean up. It's as simple as that. I clean up after my dog. But some people don't. But the neat thing is that our apartment manager here, young lady, I talked with her, and she pretty well knows which dogs it is, and she has dogs, so she knows my little old dog is not leaving those big old piles. So maybe that'll help me out in the long run, but it would be really bad if a letter showed up and said that you know, we're not allowing pets anymore. That would not be as fun as it could be. So anyway, so here we go. I went ahead and poured the water out. You could leave the water in. I often do. Then you can just dip your brush in when you need more water. I've already got a sink of water going. Don't really need it. But anyway, so this is the vintage Williams. And I got the little Eterna brush. Someone in a comment one time had said that this was a Turkish number 6. I'm going to have to beg to differ on that one. I got to looking. This one is a Eterna. And I've got one somewhere in a box that still says Eterna on it. and I can't always remember the name, but I ran across it here a while back. I do have a brush that would be the Turkish number 6, and I've shaved with it several times. It was a really good shave. It got some really funky looking bristles though. It's like it's really thin and everything. You wouldn't think it would do a very good job, and it does. So anyway, with the vintage stuff, boy, look at the lather we're already getting going this morning. Of course, all we want to do is load lather in the brush, load the soap in the brush. We're not really loading lather. We're going to face lather. But anyway, we got the soap loaded on the brush, and then we're going to go back and get us a little face lather going. And we need to, we'll add a little water, but I think we did pretty good this morning. We're going to add a little bit of water, roll along. Might have to add a little more soap along the way. You never know. It is not a crime, by the way. The CIA and the FBI and ATF and all them other acronyms, they will not show up at your door and want to know Whiskey Tango Foxtrot if you have to go back and get a little more soap on the brush after you start face lathering. Not a crime. See, I'm rubbing the top of it now. You can't see it, but I am. So there, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Back and add a little soap every once in a while if you need to. Jeez. All right. Oh, it feels nice. I'm pretty cheap, so what I do with the apartment here is also, except for the front door, it's got some cracks around the front door where you can see light and stuff, but a towel across the bottom helps that. But anyway, the place is pretty well insulated. I turn the heater on, let it heat the place up, and then I turn it off, and for several hours I'm pretty comfortable. Starts getting a little chilly, I'll turn it back on and do it again. But there we go. So anyway, a little noise in the background is the heater running, but that's a little H2. I hold it like this with with my finger in the back. It is not as hard to use as it looks at all. It's maneuverable. And it's a razor. It's shaving. Razor, blade. It just doesn't have a long handle on it. Well, I guess technically it doesn't even have the short handle on it, does it? But it does a really, really nice job. Like a Schick, you got to be sure you keep it rinsed out. Remember, a little note when you're using Schick razors, you may need sometimes to be sure that you're not putting on too thick a layer of lather. I mean, it's not like they're not going to work, but you're going to spend all your time rinsing. Thin your lather out a little bit. Like Chris said the other day, he's the way he puts it. I put it, you don't need any buttercream, not frosting the cake. He says you don't need show lather, and that's it's a very good way to put it. You're just looking for a nice slick layer. I used to, when I was newer to this, man, I was all about the show lather, buttercream, and what actually got me away from that, one of the things, there's more than one, experience is what got me away from that. It's amazing how that works. But using Williams, modern Williams a lot, do you realize that there's no need for any of that? Williams is still slick, you're not getting that big buttercream. And the people that whine about Williams dissipating, if you would go ahead and shave, you would notice it's still there and it's still slick. Now, work on your technique, you don't have to worry about it dissipating. But even if it does, it's still there. Slickness is still there, that's what you're after. That's why you can use blush-fish cleans and all kinds of stuff. I've shaved with just witch hazel. A little secret, you can shave with just a wet face, really. And it's not that big a deal. Really not. Then why do we have shave cream? Well, because, just because you can do something doesn't always mean it's the best way to do it. Because you can don't mean you should. Yeah, experience is a good thing here. In my profession,
They look for people who can make good decisions.
And so yeah, it's always good. I'm trying to think of a saying I've heard. Good decisions come from experience. You know what experience comes from? Making bad decisions.
I once told somebody that once you learn a job, it's not that you quit making mistakes all the time, because you're going to make mistakes. Of course, after you learn a job, I would assume you don't make as many. But anyway, you're still going to make mistakes. The secret is learning the job good enough that you fix the mistakes before they get to be a problem. Again, good decisions come from experience. Experience comes from bad decisions. So anyway,
And trust me, even if you get older, it doesn't stop. It's still the same.
all righty, look at there. 2 passes. Now you notice it wasn't particularly hard to find the angle and keep the angle and maneuver around the old face here. It wasn't.
These are actually very, very, very pleasant little razors to use. A lot of people like to use them for travel razors because they pack. And I wouldn't use it for a travel razor because
Some of these are harder to find. I've found that it's easier to find an F than it is to find an H2. I found 2 of them, bought both of them, and I don't think I've seen one since. They are not easy to find. Now the Hussey comes up. You'll see an H1, a Hussey we call it, and that's a name someone on a forum gave it. But you'll see them come up a lot more often than you will. Look at that. And that was only a couple of days growth, a day and a half growth, something like that. And we got some rust spots there in front of the ear. And the normal places we have to go clean up. But you'll find an H1 a whole lot easier than you'll find an H2, which is fine. I mean, the H1 is a great little razor. It really is. We'll do another shave here in a little while with it. So our camp shave that's going to be coming up, I'm going to dig out my camp mirror and I'm going to use a bowl. I'm going to use my travel razor or whatever. But looks like people are leaning towards making that a shavette shave, and I can see that. And I like shaving straight razor when I'm out, out and about. It's great. A shavette, not our traditional straight, but I don't have any traditional straights that are functional right now. I don't keep them up good enough. We went to the family, my brother and my sister and nephews and her and stuff, went to and my brother-in-law. We went up to Arkansas several years ago and tubed down a river, Buffalo River. I don't remember. It's been way too long ago. And we lived camped out on a primitive camp spot. Nice enough to have an outhouse, but no running water, no bathhouse, no anything like that. So we were there for a couple of days. I don't remember, over the weekend or something. So when we went to leave, we went up to the main camp, the main park, and they had showers and a bathhouse and everything. So I went in and I wanted to shave. Well, at that time, I had a traditional straight. I wasn't real good with it, but I could get a shave out of it. And I was in there and I was doing my shave, and there was like a crowd around. Everybody likes to see that kind of stuff. It's not something you see every day. All righty, look at that. Boy, that's a nice feeling shave. That's going to be good for the day. Trimmed up around the goatee good. But everybody likes to see somebody putting on a straight shave, even if it's a shavette shave. Most people wouldn't even really know the difference. So looks like our camp shave is going to be with a shavette of some kind. I'll dig one out. I've got several, and but yeah, that's going to be good once it warms up some. Going to be good. I've got a little table and chair that I use for that. And if I can find my table, I've got some of the old web chairs. If you remember the old garden chairs, I got the aluminum frame web chairs that I web myself. I've got a bunch of webbing and screws and stuff. And Mom taught me how to do that. But anyway, so we're going to get that on. It looks like that's going to be a shavette shave. All right, well, I got to finish getting ready for the day for the interview this morning and get moving. And
this interview is not so good, or if they're going to make me wait very much longer, I'm going to need a couch to sleep on. If anybody's got a spare, let me know. Y'all take it easy. I haven't taken a shower yet, so we're going to hold up putting the aftershave balm on. It's actually called an aftershave cream. I don't use very many of those, but you know, when it's windy and it's cold outside, people say you should, so you moisturize. I don't know. I don't moisturize. I don't know what. But anyway, just to try something new, I'm going to use that this morning. All right, y'all have a good day. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you. And come see us over at Toast. That's TOST3.com. Later.